Alright, y'all, it's Tiku back once again. This is my third singles tournament now, a 4.0 singles tournament at Era Pickleball Club in, I think, like Spring or the Woodlands, Texas, something like that. And the first match is against Justin. I'm actually not going to talk too much about the matches at all. That you can just watch. But I do want to talk about something that is very important, and I think a lot of people could hear this. All right, so before I went into this tournament, the first two tournaments I had, the very first tournament I ever played was a week into playing pickleball. Zero expectations. I was having fun. I actually won a match, and I almost actually beat the first seed in my very first match. So I went 1-3 in that tournament, right? Second tournament, I was about a month and a week or a month and a half or something into playing pickleball, and it was in California. It was super cool. Still not too much expectation, just wanted to do better than that first time. I had a lot of fun, and I still won a match, so I went 1-3. Now this is my third tournament. I am now 3 months in. I got like a, I don't know what you call it, official ambassadorship or whatever from Yonex. So all the clothes I'm wearing, everything, the paddles and stuff, they provided to me. So that's super freaking sick. And coming back from California, I've been amazing singles practice sessions with my good friend Eli, who is a 4.4 at the time of recording this. And I was actually able to take some games off of him instead of just getting absolutely wrecked leading up to this tournament. So going into this tournament, I had so much expectation, which is very different than those first two tournaments that I played, where I was having a lot of fun. You could see it, like the expression on my face, you could see the smiles. And I think coming into this tournament, Eli and I practiced so freaking much because I wanted so badly to do better, do well, And you can see my expression when it's coming to the camera. I'm not smiling. I look kind of just Debbie Downer. And it's a completely different vibe. Even if I hit good shots, I was completely unaware of it, Watching this whole video back, by the way, just spoiler alert, I went 0-3, technically 0-4, and I'll explain that in a second. But even when I hit good shots, it's at the end of this day, because I put so much pressure on myself and I wanted to perform, I wanted the results. I wasn't thinking about enjoying the game or playing the ball. I was thinking about playing for the results. And because of that, it's I didn't have fun. I wasn't even conscious when I was making great shots. I wasn't oh wow, that was awesome. I'm literally just on to the next point, thinking about the result of the match. And when you do that, you're first of all, the first match already you're suffering some nerves, but when you're just thinking about results, the nerves thing, look how bad that shot was. The nerves is ever more present, and you cannot be playing nervy at the kitchen line. Just like in tennis, if you're nervy at the net, things are not going to go well. At baseline, you have time, you can kind of work your way into the points. But when you're at net, it's if you don't get it, you just lost a point. And it's so easy to get past or make a silly mistake. So looking back at this tournament in hindsight, I didn't even know, but in hindsight, after the tournament ended, I thought to myself, I played so bad. I thought I didn't have a single good point. And yeah, granted, I am not playing anywhere near the level that I played in those practices and warm-ups and trainings leading up to this with Eli and some of my other friends. Still, it's I didn't think I hit any good points. It was crazy, and it was so unenjoyable. At the end of this tournament, in hindsight, I was wow, I thought to myself, and I was did I even enjoy this? This is the first time that I entered a tournament and I legitimately didn't have fun. It wasn't fun. I didn't have fun at all. And, upon reflecting, I thought to myself, what's the point of entering tournaments if you're not even going to have fun? Like, this is not my job. I'm not getting paid to do it. Oh my gosh, that was pretty sick. And see, I didn't even know, like, you see my reaction. There was no positivity whatsoever, just hanging in my head. And, you know, just at the end of the day, I'm like, if you're not having fun, like, what is the point? You know, this is not like juniors tennis where it's like you feel like there's so much on the line. Like, this is really right now for fun. You know, there's no like, this is not some kind of pro tournament. This is not some kind of 5.0 for money. This is literally like you're going out there and trying to learn. Like, the whole point was to just see how I do, you know, coming from tennis in the first place. And I completely took that away from myself. And yeah, it wasn't even enjoyable. And I'm like, you know, if I cannot go out there and have fun with what I'm doing in this game, the sport of pickleball, it's like, then I shouldn't be doing it. Like, like you see, I'm so pissed off at that. And if you go and watch that very first tournament video where I was a week in, it's like when the guy was hitting that, I was kind of like, it's, you know, it's just like, oh, that sucks, kind of laughing it off. Like, I didn't take it so seriously. So I kind of resolved to myself, like, I need to get back to like enjoying the game again, you know, not taking it so seriously.
Hey, you gotta lock it in this time, man. You gotta lock it in. I saw you over there making some very silly mistakes, bro. That's not happening.
And I think, you know, my friends, some of my friends came to watch, and my friend Brian came to watch, and even with them watching too, it's like that also added to this self-induced pressure. You know, having the ambassadorship, being 3.5 months in, and like also, you know, to be honest, like thinking and hearing from so many people, oh, like, you're so good, when I had just started, you know, and like, oh, you have tennis background, it translates so well. It's like I expected more of myself, you know, and it might be a little like unfair, you know, like there's no reason to put that pressure on yourself. So that's just one thing. And then another thing that added a lot of pressure as well is, or just stressed me out to start off with, is the group stages was 3 matches, right? But I got defaulted out of my first match because the tournament organizer did not update the website for the start times. And they called me and they were like, hey, you're like 40 minutes late. We're going to have to default you. And I was like, wait, the website says this. And they're like, no. And I sent them a screenshot and they're like, oh, we need to change it. But you should have got an email. But the thing is, I never got the email. So, you know, I got forfeited the match. That's unlucky. But then what kind of, you know, made me a little even more annoyed was that they entered into Duper that I lost the match 0-11. I understand getting forfeited. It still sucks and it's annoying because I don't think it was necessarily my fault. But then to enter the score 0-11 for a match that wasn't even played, that was kind of annoying. And I'd be lying if I said that that didn't just tick me off. So we'll just see if we can get that corrected. But yeah, in the end though, guys and gals, if you're just being negative, like the whole time, there's zero positive energy coming from me. The whole mood is gloom and doom. And maybe part of it was also just over fatiguing myself, practicing so much, like 3+ hours every single day leading up to this suddenly. You know, you're not going to play your best. You're not going to play your best. You're going to be too nervous, putting all this pressure on yourself. And just in the grand scheme of things, it's like, what are you doing this for? Are you just playing for results? And if so, why is that the reason that you're like, you just want these results? Because what is it doing for you, you know? It makes a little bit more sense if you are a professional, but even still, like if you want to perform your best, you can't, you know, be so tough on yourself. You know, you still have to enjoy. And you know, one of the guys that I watch, Jaume Martinez Vic, if you watch him, he's like, what is he, like number 7 in the world or something in singles? But the dude literally has a smile on his face like midpoint. It's actually kind of scary. It's a little insane. But like that's freaking awesome. I think that's super cool. And so this day kind of like opened my eyes a bit. Like, what am I doing? How did I get here to this mental state? And so yeah, I just resolved like I need to get back to where it was enjoyable again, or else I just shouldn't even be playing. So anyways, that's this first day. Just a pretty bad day, but the next day is going to be my first doubles tournament with my friend Eli. First doubles tournament since that very first tournament that I played 7 days into playing the game, where I knew nothing about doubles and got creamed. So my duper for doubles is sitting at a 3.0 on the dot. And we're going to be playing in the, get this, 3.5 and 4.0 divisions. So tune into that one if you're interested. And thank you if you stuck around this long. I will see you in the next one. Peace.